Mr. Gay Mitchell, please, 3 minutes.
Mr. President in Office of the Council, Mr. President of the Commission, as the first Irish person to speak in this debate, may I thank colleagues for their kind comments about the Irish electorate. I also note the people who have been thanked here so far. I would like to point out that two people who played a stalwart part in this campaign in the yes vote and who put their country's interests before their own party political interests, those of Mr Enda Kenny, TD Leader of Fine Gael, and Mr Eamon Gilmore, TD Leader of the Labour Party, have not been thanked, and they did more than anybody else selflessly to ensure that this campaign was carried, and I want that acknowledged on the record here today. The Lisbon Treaty process in Ireland demonstrates that when we take the effort to bring people with us, they are prepared to respond to leadership. The European project remains the best hope for the people of Europe and elsewhere for a peaceful and prosperous future. We can't assume that people will appreciate its benefits. We have to be as open and as inclusive as possible while explaining these benefits to them. Enlargement, Mr. President, has not blunted the project. Rather, it has enabled us to let others share in its benefits. There is indeed unity in diversity. Some people in Ireland were unsure of the contents in the treaty. Others were concerned about abortion being forced on a member state, about neutrality, about the loss of the Commissioner, and about the potential for the country to lose control over its own direct taxation policy. The Irish Parliament, through a special committee, identified the concerns of the people following the first referendum, and the government got guarantees on these matters from our partners and, crucially, the change in relation to the future composition of the Commission. That was democracy in action at every level. The reason the Irish Parliament had the right and the duty to do what they did is because the sovereign people of Ireland gave them that right and duty. From the high turnout and overwhelming yes vote, it is clear that the democratic will of the people was served. Mr. President, I support what you said about concerns among some of our peoples. Let me now raise one issue which I feel needs to be raised. Some people in Ireland and elsewhere believe that the EU is becoming a cold place for Christianity in particular and religion in general. I have to say that I personally have experienced disrespect from people here who see themselves as fair-minded and liberal, but who are anything but that when it comes to trying to see things from the point of view of people who have religious belief. I respect those who do not have religious belief, but I fully expect them to reciprocate that respect. That is what the whole EU project is about. I repeat, unity in diversity. The second Irish referendum shows that what can be achieved when we are truly inclusive. I put these words out there for those who have ears to hear and for posterity. Let us now move to complete the ratification and then to deliver on the promises that Lisbon contains: greater democracy and transparency, a coherent role in the world, applying the same tolerant and inclusive principles in our dealings with other regions of the world, especially the poorest parts of the world.